So, again, welcome back. As we already discussed about NodeMCU, how to connect this NodeMCU, which type of software we required, and how many pin configuration, and which like if I need to connect this NodeMCU with Arduino IDE software, so I have to install or I have to go with the file and preference, and then like just copy paste that particular link which is related to the NodeMCU 826, which will add that particular board in your NodeMCU Arduino IDE software as a NodeMCU, and then only we can connect that NodeMCU, and then we can write the program. After writing the program, then we'll get the output. We can easily check without adding this particular I can say ESP8266 IDE board through board manager. We cannot use, or we cannot add, or we cannot connect that particular NodeMCU with the Arduino IDE software. Arduino IDE is very much easy handling software, where we can write the program, where just by just clicking that particular compiling step and uploading step, we can upload the program in the NodeMCU, and then we'll get the results as it is already discussed. Now, what next? There are multiple sensors we have to connect to the NodeMCU. So as we know that NodeMCU pin configuration, where we have a general purpose input output pin. That general purpose input output pins have a gate digital pins and analog pin. With respect to that, we also have a transmitter pin, receiver pin, multi input single output, single multi output single input, and other pins we have. This is again is nothing but a Wi-Fi module, and that will be work on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, 2.4 megahertz frequency, sorry, and then it is again a part of your work on the 802.11b/g/n. So this is already we already discussed in this particular previous lecture. Now we just want to connect that touch sensor. What is touch sensor? Touch sensor is like a switch. When one touches the touch sensor with the fingertip, it conducts electricity and complete the circuit. To complete the circuit, it sends the signal to microcontroller when it touched with the fingertip on that particular surface of that touch sensor. And that touch sensor have 3 pin, that is pin configuration is a 3 pins as an pin configuration. One is a VCC as a power supply, second is a ground as a power supply negative, and third one is nothing but a signal pin goes high when the touch sensor is pressed with the finger, otherwise remain it low, it will become low. So as we see here, the pin configuration and the circuit diagram, how to connect that particular NodeMCU with the touch sensor. We can see here we have a blue color of wire, third one is connected with your NodeMCU, and that is nothing but a signal, and it is get connected with your S0 SD3 as a GPIO10. GPIO10 pin is connected with your signal pin. VCC pin is connected red color. VCC pin is connected with the 3.3 volt, and third pin is nothing but a ground pin is connected with the ground terminal. As also we can observe that we have a surface. This is nothing but a surface where we can just touch the finger. After touching the finger, we can observe that this circuit will get complete, and that information is through signal pin is given to the like controller is nothing but your NodeMCU. For observing their output, we have to connect that LED, that is nothing but your connected with the D5 pin, and second terminal is nothing but a grounded. As we see here, positive terminal is connected with a D5 pin through 330 ohm resistor. Why 330 ohm resistor? As already discussed, because as per the conducting voltage of LED, LED is also a diode. Because of the conducting voltage of LED, it required a proper current, and that for that purpose we have to connect a resistor. So as already discussed in the previous lecture. So this is a configuration or the connections through which we can just touch the sensors, and if it is get touches, then we can observe that the output as an LED will get high. For that purpose, we have to create a logic. We have to connect that particular LED. To define that particularly, we have to define that particular pin configuration of a touch sensor as well as the LED. So for that purpose, we have to write the code. So in this particular code we have to define the touch pin as an 10, as we mentioned here, touch pin as an 10. This is general purpose input output 10 number pin. Touch pin signal pin is connected with the 10 number of pin of node MCU, and LEDs get connected with the D5. D5 is nothing but your general purpose input output 14 number pin. So as we mentioned, we have to define that particular pin configuration, define touch pin as an 10 and define LED pin as an 14. So after defining, we have to initialize that particular pin as an input and output. So touch pin is work as an input pin, and LED will work as an output pin. We can see here, we can write it down. We just want to note it down their data, so we have to just check it, that output on a serial port. So serial port is again a part of here, we can it is available here itself. So we can see here, this is nothing but a serial monitor. So if for that purpose we have to have connect that particular node MCU with your laptop, then only we can activate the serial monitor. So after this particular serial begin 115200, it started, this is nothing but a baud rate, it started from different ranges, it is available on that particular serial monitor. So here we can see touch pin is input. Touch pin is nothing but a 10 number of pin, and LED is connected at the 14 number of pin. Touch pin touch sensor is work as an input, and LED work as an output. After touching the particular touch sensor, the LED will get on. LED will get on, it means node MCU will provide the signal to the LED as an output, and touch signal will provide the signal to the I can say that controller, that is node MCU. So we can just initialize that particular task through while loop as a touch sensor. So we can just condition provide that particular touch sensor if the digital read. Now you can see here, this is nothing but a digital sensor, so it is get connected as a digital, and then touch sensor work as an input. Touch sensor is work as an input, so it indicate as a digital read. Touch pin is available at the 10 number of pin, work as an input is equal to high, it means logic 1. If it is get touches on that particular surface, the serial print in on serial monitor as a touch sense. If it touch sense, then LED will get on. That LED will get on, so LED will work as an output pin, so we can write it down digital write. Why LEDs work as an output? As we mentioned, touch sensor is work as an input, so we can write it here as a digital read, and LED will work as an LEDs work as an output, so we can write it here as a digital write. LED pin is high, so LED will get on, but it will get on for a particular time duration, so we have to provide the delay. So we have to provide the delay as a delay 5000, it means half second. That LED will get on for the half second, and after that we have to remove that particular finger. So if the digital read touch pin is there is no sense, or there is no touch on that particular surface, then serial print no touch sense, digital write LED pin will become low, means LED will get off, and again it will get off for the half second. So minutely we have to observe that we have to open parenthesis and close parenthesis for white setup. White loop, again we have open parenthesis and close parenthesis. Again we have to like mention that white touch sensor, then this is again open parenthesis for white touch sensor, and it will get ended at the end of the program. Meanwhile we have a if statement. So if statement will started with this open parenthesis and close parenthesis. Again if statement for the low condition of a touch sensor when we didn't touch the touch on the surface of that particular touch sensor. So again there is a condition, and for that particular condition we have to loop, and that loop will get executed in their open parenthesis and close parenthesis. So this is particularly code which is very easy. The LED will get glow when the touch sensor with your fingertip, and then only it will get work as an like input and output. So this is simple example of touch sensor you can do by your own. The program is easy, as we mentioned the program here itself. You can copy that program, you can write it down in Arduino IDE software, and then we can connect that particular Arduino IDE software to your node MCU through your USB port, and the micro USB port is available at your node MCU. By connecting, the port pin will get active by click on that particular port. By selecting the port, we just upload that program. Before that we have to check the board as nothing but a node MCU ICE12E. should be 1.0-12E should be selected. Then these are the basic requirement, and after this we will get the output as a touch sensor as an LED, and we'll get the output on a LED. So this is simple example and simple way to connect that NodeMCU with the LED as an output and with the touch sensor as an input. This is all about the touch sensor. We'll proceed with the different sensor as an DST11 and other sensors. In next lecture we can discuss about another sensor. Thank you very much.